All right.
Shout out to Krusty.
Shout out to Krusty.
Krusty, Dusty. Are we gonna do an intro? I feel like
Welcome back to Ramblers and Gamblers, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about whatever's on our mind.
You know, we could say welcome back now because this is the second one.
It really is, honestly.
yeah.
This is true. We got Nathan in person.
This is
I know, but
technically-
we
this is
traded you
technically
for
the-
Chris.
This is technically the fourth one, but we all
No,
know
this is
it.
episode
It's
2.
up.
No, this is episode 2.
Okay.
Episode 2.
Okay.
Everything else before was just trial beta.
we had true dry runs. We had 2 dry runs.
I have
you guys
another
can-
dry run in a minute.
As you guys can tell, we've been drinking a little
Dry
bit, so.
So, what an intro.
Yeah. You get that right.
Yeah, so shout out to everybody who watched the last episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's a little bit of everything, which is kind of what we wanted it to be. I mean, it's in the name, rambling. We just are
Rambling.
just going. Just the
Definitely.
what's that called? Stream of
Do you-
consciousness.
Do you think we trailed off quite a bit, or do you think?
No, we stayed on path.
I had a detailed checklist of things I wanted to talk about, and we hit every single one of those goddamn
Yeah.
things. So.
You know, low
Yeah,
key,
boy.
like a part of me was like, I want to see how chaotic this is go, and like, you know what I mean?
I had the hottest take last time.
I mean, my hot take was pretty strong at the end, but
No, I had the most
Yeah.
political take.
you flamed Chris at the end too. So
I did.
Did you know that 14 years ago today, Iron Man 1 came out?
yeah,
For-
I want to watch it.
No, here's what's fucked up. Kevin Feige has the next 10 years of Marvel planned out. I'm fucking 25 right now. Dude, he has the next 10 years planned out where I'm going to be in my fucking mid-30s. Probably bearing child. And
You having a kid?
dude, a lot
Who
just
knows?
happened. He's in his mid-20s right now, but in 20 years he'll be in his mid-30s.
Apparently.
well, 10 years. That's it.
He's
That's
at
the
10,
next
he's at 10
years.
years. He's at 10 years.
Okay.
Next 10 years planned out.
Dude, I mean, but is that a good thing or a bad thing, though? Think
I
about
think
it.
I think it's a good thing because they planned out the first 10 great.
Well, yeah, actually everything kind of went full circle at the end.
But
So.
I have one question for you guys. Superhero fatigue.
No, I don't have it.
You don't have it yet, but I'm saying, what happens when we get to the point where
I'm
these
sure
Marvel
it'll
movies
happen,
cannot live up to the standards that they set up already?
I mean, I feel that with like the Disney Plus shows, but like the way I feel like the movies are on a different level, because like I feel like when I like read like a comic book, it's it's like I've been reading for years. I'm like I don't know, they just like the stories don't get old for me.
I mean, so
That is a good point, but it's a little bit different when it's a whole cinematic experience.
Well, see, that's the thing that makes it cool because in the comics they bring everybody back to life all the time,
Mm.
but in the movies, like they killed RDJ off, and he's gonna stay dead. He's not coming back. That's something that they have to evolve with the heroes and the
It's okay.
actors that
Yeah,
play
but the
them and shit.
problem is like there's a different issue that happens. So you're not going to get burned out of the same shit happening over and over. But the problem is eventually they're going to run out of like good content, and it's just going to be like bullshit, which is what we're already starting to see with some of the shows. It's like shit that nobody cares about.
I mean,
Moon Knight's good. I will stick by that.
Moon Knight is good, but I think the shows aren't being held to a higher standard yet. They're kind of just throwing the shows at the wall and they're seeing if they're sticking.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
just using that as an example.
But they are, for the most part. There's only one dud, one actual dud I can think of. That's a real dud,
Mhm.
and that's Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Agreed.
That was a dud. I don't care. It was the only
Wait,
show
who's
that,
dud?
like, there were some memes that came out of it, like the Zemo memes dancing and stuff. Like, there were some enjoyable
Yeah.
moments. But for the most part, Falcon and Winter Soldier kind of just...
I think they're
It started off at a point where it's like, let's see where it's going to go. And then it just immediately, like, had a cool premise.
yeah.
And then just completely dropped the ball, became too political, and it took away from what it needed to be. It's a superhero movie.
I heard what happened with that one was that they like had other plans for it, and then Marvel made them change their villain and a bunch of other shit like midway through filming, and they had to change a ton of stuff, which made sense why it just didn't have the impact that it did.
Studio interference ruins everything.
Chris, what'd you say?
Side tangent. Do you think the writers specifically, do you think that they write in like memeable or meme-worthy scenes or like, like a few lines because they think it's gonna catch on or they think it's gonna be a reaction?
No, I think so for sure.
We're gonna talk about it.
I think they unintentionally do it.
I think part of it. I think sometimes it's definitely an accident, but and I think part of it is like a labor of love type of thing too, where they're like they're crafting this thing and they want it to be a part of it because that's what they want. But I think definitely there is some like marketing to it. I think where You know, at some point they're putting it
100%
in.
organic.
Yeah,
Right.
like a trailer moment, you know.
Baron
Yeah.
Zemo dancing in the club.
Dude, that is a great moment.
That's the best.
And
And
moment.
some of them are unintentional, but some of them are pretty intentional. Like that one scene from, let's see, it was Avengers. I think it was Infinity War, where you had all the female playing together. Like
I don't
they,
know if I would describe that as a
Yeah,
That's
meme.
not a meme.
But it was cringeworthy. I mean,
But
I
when, like the way they set it up. I
trying to
mean,
make it a meme.
But I see what you mean though. Like things that, well, that obviously that is a big thing right now in all media. Is like they're gonna put something right in front of you that they want to be there because they're catering to a specific audience that they want an impact for. Even though I don't think they need to do any of that shit. Like at the end of the day, especially for a movie like Endgame, people are gonna watch it anyway. You're not gonna get a larger audience. No one's gonna go away from the movie being like, oh my gosh, there was a scene where all the strong female characters got together, and like all of you guys should go see it because of that. Like nobody's gonna fucking.
It
do
brought us all. It brought the
Yeah.
movie theater together.
Yeah,
We
I know.
all just cuddled at that
that.
point.
It was
and
really
just-
relatable to me and my like. Nobody's gonna fucking do that.
We're here to
Like-
see people beat the shit out of each other,
You
and
know-
that's pretty much it.
You
We're
know-
here to see Thanos die.
We're here to see, yeah.
That's it.
you
Oh
know,
no,
the, you know
let's
the
be honest. That was Infinity War.
It did
We
have
were
that
all
thing.
there to see
Infinity War is
Thanos'
fucking
ass.
incredible.
I think Infinity War is better than Endgame. That's my honest take.
Let's be real. We all went there for Captain Marvel,
And-
and then we just
Yeah.
stopped lying. We were all there for that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And Valkyrie, don't forget about Valkyrie.
Yeah.
and
Thinking about Spider-Man coming back to life brings a tear to my eyes. So.
you made him die.
No, when he comes back and Tony Stark hugs him,
No, that's true.
and he sees the picture. That picture's actually hanging up, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, by the way, the inspiration for time travel.
For time travel.
That was the inspiration because it was flipped upside down. So, hey, let's flip this thing upside down. And sure enough, it worked.
You, oh no, now I remember what I was gonna say. You know what it does? Grin. Fucking Batwoman getting canceled on the CW. After, dude, fuck all those CW shows that came out after Arrow. Flash was cool for like the first 2 seasons. Everything else has
First
been
one
ass.
season. I think
Dude,
it was one
dude,
season.
dude,
That is a savage take.
dude, I'd rather twiddle my own ass hairs for fucking 2 hours and look in the mirror than watch a fucking single season of Batwoman, bro. I'm fucking, dude. Any single like dude.
Holy shit.
Dude, it's just, it's so angering. Like, I highly recommend anyone looking up to like it's like the drunken somebody on YouTube, but he makes a video breaking down on how bad these new CW shows
Oh, no,
are.
I watched it.
And
I watched it.
Ever since the Green Arrow died, everything has been fucking terrible, dude.
Okay.
The
Like,
last event that was
Dude.
good. Hey, no. Batwoman is bad. Supergirl is almost as bad.
Supergirl,
Dude,
had its
Supergirl is
own
almost
issues.
as bad.
dude, Supergirl, dude, it's low hanging fruit at this point,
It
man.
is.
Like, well, dude, Superman and Lois is cool. I watched a little bit.
I
of
heard
that.
it was good.
Yeah, I enjoy that. That would have had like a higher budget, but like, dude, like everything else, like CW, like related, has been fucking like dog shit.
I gave Supergirl a chance. I did. But it just seemed like everything was just too convenient.
It's too political.
It was too political. I'm like, we don't want politics in our superhero films.
Well,
Keep that for real world
but
stuff,
the
but
thing is,
don't
like,
bring it into our escape from reality.
We'll never have, like, CW shows will never be what, like, season 1 and 2 of Green Arrow
in the
were.
Flash.
Yeah, they'll
Season
never
1 of
be
The
like
Flash is the
that.
best. Season 2 is kind of
Like,
weird.
Arrow was, the first couple seasons of that show were, like, you watching it like, damn.
Badass. Like Deathstroke
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
the Dark Archer.
And then when they start to
yeah.
tie, like, the island shit, and you're like, damn, this is
Yeah.
crazy.
I would say
But, like,
season 5 Arrow was great too, with Prometheus' arc.
Yeah.
Really good. That was some good stuff.
I like when they had what they fucking call him? Freeze, or what do they call him in the show?
Oh wait,
Captain
the
Cool?
bald dude. That's
The
with the freeze gun.
freeze
Yeah.
gun guy and his brother.
His brother was played by that one guy whose name I can't remember.
He's like
right now.
He's in
Something-
Prison Break.
He's like
Yeah.
something cool.
They
Yeah,
both
yeah,
were in
yeah,
Prison
yeah.
Break.
Yeah, they both were.
They
It was
both were in
literally the
Prison Break.
same. Yeah.
It was a Prison Break reunion,
It was the same. Yeah.
and they all played criminals.
Yeah.
What a show!
The
That
Prison
arc
Break,
was
man.
good too. Yeah.
Man, Prison
arc
Break.
was
I haven't
cool.
seen
Those are
Prison Break
cool.
in years.
Yeah.
I actually really liked Prison Break.
Well, so I have something Marvel related on my list of things that I want to talk about, and it is
Doctor Strange.
the Doctor Strange. The fact that like people just can't fucking help themselves.
I haven't heard
and
any leaks.
I have been avoiding it so hard. I know you have too. We talked about that a little bit earlier, but like people just can't help themselves, and they're just putting shit all over social media.
Dude,
It's like,
to ruin somebody else's day.
yeah, like what the fuck? And nothing is safe. Like you can't even go on Instagram.
Have you seen any leaks?
I haven't.
Have you?
I've seen them, but I haven't looked at
well,
them.
like,
if
what
that
I-
makes
Chris,
sense.
have you?
I don't know where you guys are seeing these leaks. I've literally
Dude,
never
Twitter,
been.
bro.
Oh,
like-
good. I stay off that cesspool.
So anyways, like I saw like a screenshot of like they had a credits list of all of the actors. There's 4 pictures of all the cameos that were popping up, and I was able to. I didn't see a single name. I was like, no, I'm out. Oh, it's good.
I'll say, 'cause I know
Good push.
people have seen it now. I think people have actually seen the movie.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah,
the
it's
world
straight
premiere I
up.
think already happened.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's coming out officially
Well,
Thursday.
and they're
right?
doing like a premiere like this week in like
Well,
LA or
Thursday
whatever.
night.
So the world premiere already happened, but now they're going to do a premiere here? Or is the world premiere happening this week?
I don't think they've done it in LA yet.
So
No,
maybe
I
some
think
people
they-
who
I'm
saw
pretty sure
early
they did.
test screenings saw.
No,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they did it in LA.
Oh, wait, they
there were
already did it?
there were a bunch of like there were a bunch of like social media people like fucking like the owners of what the fuck? Like the owners of the owners of 100 Thieves were all like at a movie theater for a thing,
Oh,
but like
they
they
already
couldn't
had it
show.
done.
They didn't ever say what it was. It was yesterday, last night.
So they must have.
But
had
they didn't
some-
ever say what it was that they were there for.
I was
so-
getting aggravated there for a second because I started thinking about TikTok, and I think TikTok is great, but TikTok also annoys the shit out of me at the same time.
Why did you just randomly fucking think about that? and get
Because
so
TikTok's
angry?
gonna spoil everything.
Because I was thinking of all the TikTokers that went to the event and all like these, you know, like that like soups guy, that dude with the big hands.
Okay, I've never seen Soups. You always complain about him. I've never
Yeah,
seen
dude.
him.
Every time I see one of his videos, it annoys the shit out of me. I get it. He probably his demographic is probably like I
Do
don't
you-
know,
do
maybe
you
like
know-
8 to 15 years old or whatever.
Do you know how
Yeah.
I do TikTok?
Hmm.
I post my thing and then I just fucking never go on it again.
That's a good idea. I have like 1,000 unread messages.
Yeah,
on
so do
TikTok.
I.
I said, Ethan, I'll send you some
I
because if
post
I
and
send
then I'm gone.
Ethan, if I send you something, you actually better open it because I don't go on
Dude,
TikTok.
I like haven't opened my messages in a long time. Like I just watch the people that I follow and a couple
I don't
for
watch
yous,
shit, man.
and like
think
I don't know.
TikTok
I think TikTok ruined Warzone 100%.
Did it?
'Cause- and
Oh, the metas?
dude, it's so fucking annoying, bro.
Fucking J-God and all that.
Like,
yeah.
like it's like, oh, you need to try out this new Virgin weapon. It's going to absolutely shred with no recoil and high damage range. Blah, 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 blah. It's like,
Why are they Russian, dude? what the fuck?
I mean, no, like you know what I mean. And then
I
all of a
think they
sudden,
have TikTok
all of a
in
sudden, you
Russia.
don't log on to Call of Duty in 4 months, and everyone's like fucking Car 98 and throwing knifing you in the air before you fucking hit the ground. And like, it's like, oh, there's Godzilla. Why is this Godzilla here? Fucking voice chat doesn't even work.
No,
what
it-
the fuck?
King
Like,
Kong?
are you shitting
I
me?
still can't talk to my teammates in the fucking loading screen. Yeah. No,
Fix your game.
I mean, I guess that is actually true. Like, so it's the problem right now is the fucking snapshot grenade thing. So I literally last night
And
I
the
started.
bullets.
Last night I started using Battle Harden instead of Amped, and I don't want to give up Amped, but I started using Battle Harden because it makes you immune to snapshot grenades.
What about those bullets that allow you to like
I
once you
don't
get
know.
shot,
I don't know.
it turns into a snapshot
I
grenades
don't know.
basically.
I assume it does that too, but I don't know.
Because those bullets are so stupid. Like, I'll literally be 2 minutes into the game. I'm landing. I'm running around. I'm picking up loot. Next thing you know, pop, pop, pop. I'm literally glowing.
What's that called?
I'm like,
Combat-
how'd you get
combat
that
skill?
already?
Combat skill?
I don't even know. I'm like, why did they add that into the game? I don't
I don't know. It's fucking stupid.
Dude, here's how to fix Warzone. Like, take it back to like season 1. Give us the fucking good map. You can keep Rebirth
Well,
in. The Rebirth has been sweaty.
It doesn't matter now because fucking when Modern Warfare 2 comes out,
We're gonna have
there's
to
gonna be
wait.
Warzone 2.
You're gonna have to wait like 12 months now.
Guess what?
12 months of AIDS for a fucking good payoff.
Yeah,
You-
but you could just play Fortnite.
Here's
this
my
is
take.
actually yeah, go for it.
Here's my take. I think Warzone should have gone to its own platform like Apex.
Dude, 100%.
And what they should have done with that is done what Apex did, where they had a rotation of Verdansk as well as Caldera. Gave us a variety. So like every hour, you play a few rounds of Verdansk, and then you go to Caldera to change up the flow of gameplay for the normal one. Because everyone's going to Rebirth because it's faster.
in Rebirth, everybody knows the map so well. Even though they like flipped a couple things and added like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Caldera is so big. It is huge. And the thing is that Caldera also, my complaint about Caldera is there are moments where there's like no cover and there's so many spots for bush campers to sit around.
Dude,
Hide like the Viet Cong in the trees and the bushes.
So,
and go,
I wanted to, like, I've only played like 2 or 3 games on Caldera because it's just so fucking AIDS, but like I wanted to experience like the map and I wanted to see like how combat felt in that environment. So last night I got on that mode that's out right now. It's like large scale combat,
Yeah.
like teams. It was so fucking terrible. Like if you're thinking about
like no.
if you're thinking about trying that out, just save yourself the time. It's fucking terrible.
Dude.
That's stupid. So yeah, this is a perfect transition actually to get into like a little bit more like gaming talk. It was specifically based on BRs. Like, and this is actually the only thing we didn't talk about last time. Like BRs are like undeniably like the king of fucking gaming right now. Like
To make the most money.
they are just shredding everything else right now. Even games like I don't know how would you describe like Dark Souls games?
Elden
Like
Ring?
that, yeah, like that type of game is huge around. There's a bunch of new ones coming out too.
The
that are
genre?
similar.
You
Yeah.
mean the get good genre?
Yeah, but like how would you just? It's not like it's not like
It
an
is
MMO.
it's an action RPG game that involves it's more of the hardcore action RPG.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's-
more
that's-
point of that. I mean, it literally is the Dark Souls genre. Like,
Yeah.
we call it that because it is, and like I could talk about Elden Ring all day. That is one of my favorite games of all time, and I hope Elden Ring wins Game of the Year because Elden Ring in general
I think it probably will.
was such an experience that like even people who aren't fans of the genre are getting into it, and yeah, they're suffering, but they're also going out and exploring and like
Well,
picking it up and naturally leveling up to the point where like things aren't super hard.
so the thing is, even like as good as those games are and as much traction as they have, like I don't think they can really hold a candle to like what BRs have right now, just because of the massive amount of people that are playing them and talking about them and.
I've kind of gone into like picking and choosing with like, all right, let's go. Even if it's on, who gives a fuck?
All right, guys, yeah.
Fuck it. Most
Our
of the people don't watch this shit anyway.
People just
Even if they
listen to
do,
the-
even if they do, it's okay.
It's a podcast, not a movie.
Hey,
Diff.
if you guys actually made this far, just say your camera sucks in the comments. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dude, like,
Facts. We'll just leave it on this too. That way I can click on it if it clicks up.
oh man.
No, I don't know.
But okay, so you brought up the BRs are the kings right now of the gaming scene, and here's what I think. To be honest, I think BRs are gonna die out real soon. People are like, while the gameplay loop is addictive and stuff, I do believe that there is gonna be BR fatigue. Just like any genre of game, if we have a lot of it, an influx of it, people are like, okay, we have enough of this.
I'm already feeling that.
And like, for me, like with Warzone stuff, yeah, I can hop on for like a few, maybe an hour or two max. But then I have no desire to go back to
Yeah,
it
but-
because it just gets frustrating.
But you got to think about the reason that BRs are so popular right now is because it's the like loop that you're talking about. It's fast. You get in, you get out, and you just keep fucking going. But I think the main draw is it's almost like a balance of like PvP and PvE because it's all PvP, but most VR games I think they
It's
should
all
be.
PvP.
But like you jump in and everything is fucking an enemy. If you see somebody move, you gotta fight it.
Unless it's your teammate.
Well, yeah, but like even fucking games like Destiny that are like if you're playing like you know what I mean. Like it's a good balance of like fight other players and just fight fucking everything that's there.
I think there's so much bullshit with fucking like BRs right now. It's like every single one has a battle pass and it's a monthly cost and it's like, oh, you get this
Well,
pack and this
Everything is like that now, dude. Fucking Rocket League
Right.
has a battle pass, and
Hey, the Rocket
Valorant
Pass.
has a battle
It's-
pass.
like it's too much. It's like
Apparently Rocket League has
Yeah,
BR now.
now.
that's like 60
Wait,
hours.
Rocket League has a BR now.
Of sorts. I was watching some of this cons videos called. They have a new game mode
Shit.
called Knockout,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
and then he said
actually.
it's literally Rocket League's equivalent of BR without it being officially labeled as a BR. But
It's like 60 hours a week and like fucking like BRs of like the same repetitive bullshit.
Well, but they get people. Like I haven't played Warzone in fucking a long time until I started playing with you guys about a week ago.
Yeah.
and you're back in
And
the loop.
I saw that the new battle pass just came out, and I saw the T100 skin, and I'm like, this is the coolest fucking skin in the game. and now I want to play for it.
The question is though, how long are you gonna want to play for it before you're like, this is boring?
Well, that's the
I don't
thing.
wanna
How
do
many
this anymore."
how many nights can I have where I don't have anything going on? I'm not streaming. I'm not doing anything with anybody, and I'm just home alone. Well, I'm home with Gaz, but she's streaming, and I'm just like, I can do whatever I want for the next 4, 5, 6 hours, and I decide to get on Warzone specifically with the intention of grinding the battle pass. How long can I fucking do that before I hate my life and I don't want to play it ever again?
I don't know.
Probably not tier 100.
No.
Probably tier like 50, 60.
30.
Yeah.
Tier
I
30.
mean, I'm already at fucking tier 28, so we're getting close to that. I mean, it could be. I don't know. I just... what do you guys think the best BRs right now? Obviously, you guys play Warzone. You play Fortnite a little bit.
I think Fortnite's
The thing is, when Devin and I played the other night, like, Devin was making me mad about damage because he makes everything about damage. But, like, the thing is, I think Fortnite has a more fun gameplay loop because it's not as serious. Warzone is the definition of sweat city. If you aren't dripping with sweat, slide canceling, going crazy, picking out the best loadout, knowing the absolute meta, studying that stuff, knowing what works best and what scenarios and everything, if you don't study that game, you're going to get shredded. Caldera is a nightmare.
Yeah, that's true.
Rebirth Island, if you won't land in the right spot and get guns first, you're dead immediately. Luckily, you can keep coming back, but guess what? They'll just keep
Well,
spawning
I mean,
him.
but it's like, and I mean, like Fortnite's 22, but it's different. And I think one of the biggest problems with like Call of Duty and shit is like there's still a lot of people cheating. Like you just don't really get that in Fortnite. Like fucking last night, me and Jesse were playing, and this guy ran around the corner, slid while sliding, did a full 360 just to troll me, and then zapped onto my head and killed me. And I'm like, why? Like, you're literally doing shit to be funny.
Because they're trying to get a TikTok
like,
clip.
you're not even hiding the fact that you're cheating, and like nothing's gonna happen.
No, unless you report it, but even then, like...
And like they got a new anti-cheat. Like they actually
They're updating
got
it again. They're updating it again to try to counteract the new cheaters. But like, what they said is like people are saying, well, guess what? The anti-cheat is meant to stop the main cheats, but it's not going to stop the side ones the side sites that are producing new code cheats that literally are built to basically counteract the new anti-cheat. Basically, this anti-cheat Ricochet is not going to get the job done. Well, and they need a proper team to actually work on that.
Yeah, it kind of comes down to like the way that different anti-cheats work, and I don't want to get too much into that, but like for instance, Destiny uses Battle Eye, which is a separate program that opens when you launch the game, and all it does is monitor your task manager, essentially.
A lot of things use Battle Eye.
Yeah, a lot of games use Battle Eye, and I think it works.
You know.
I mean, I see people cheating at Destiny every now and then.
What's the one that Fortnite uses? Easy.
Yeah.
Funny thing, Elden Ring uses that too.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, Elden Ring uses that.
You know what I'd like to see?
And it doesn't work.
No, bro.
I'm playing.
I watched the footage of some people cheating in Elden Ring, and I'm like, this is funny.
God,
Like a
bro.
Dark Souls 3
like
Pro.
like PvP stuff?
Yeah, a Dark Souls 3
no.
professional PvPer came into contact with a cheater in Elden Ring. And he made the cheater commit suicide by jumping off the edge because the cheater could not kill him.
That's funny.
He kept on like backstabbing him and reposting him.
Well, that's because most of the people who cheat are legit.
And he just kept on. And the thing is, like, his health bar is not changing. So he just kept doing this. And the thing is, he got hit a couple times, but he just kept going and going. It's like literally an hour later, the guy just gave up and jumped off the edge of the cliff and died.
Dude.
I'm like, dude, that's an absolute win, my guy.
Yeah, I'd like to see more like story games though. You know, like shit like. The last time I could say where I was like invested in the story was like The Last of Us 2.
If I gave you a full lore example, if I could tell you the lore of Elden Ring, you actually might be, even though you don't see the lore happen before your hands unless you're paying attention to the items. Because again, Dark Souls is terrible at explaining lore unless you're really looking for it.
It's kind of like Destiny.
So, I'm gonna
It's actually way more obscure than Destiny, because Destiny at least has like voice recordings and stuff you can hear.
Yeah.
Like, Elden Ring, you actually have to
You have
look
to
for it.
read.
You have to
So
look for it.
there's a new game coming out. I watched some gameplay last night. It's called Dionysia, I think it's how it's called. It's definitely like a Dark Souls style game, but it's got a lot more. I'll put up a clip or something on the thing.
You know that one thing looks cool with the new little chimpanzee, where like he has like a staff and a sword and like a bow.
What are we talking about?
bro?
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No!
It looks
No.
really cool.
Okay.
Just look up like chimpanzee Dark Souls and it looks really cool.
So yeah, this is a new game. I'll put a clip up on the screen too. Shout out to Arex on YouTube. He has a gameplay, some exclusive gameplay about it. It looks really cool. It's all like alchemy based, and like you basically like steal the people's diseases that they have that make them into these like enemies, and you can use them against them, which stuff like that. It looks really cool. I think that's a game that you could get into too. I'm definitely gonna check it out when it comes out. But
oh my goodness,
doesn't it look good?
It's gonna. It has like. It looks cool because you're sucking like literally their life force out of them. Yeah. Are you cleansing them of illness? Is that the goal?
I don't know. I think you're just trying to kill them. I don't know.
Cleansing them of their life.
So, but anyway, I think that's a cool thing.
Yeah, I actually think.
Like we got God of War 2 coming out. We got Spider-Man 2. Fucking there's a Star Wars game getting made by the same people that originally made Uncharted.
I hear that's coming out soon.
That's that Amy lady.
Yeah, it's coming out pretty soon, isn't
it? Yeah, we'll probably show that this summer.
So let's kind of transition away from that a little bit. There's a couple different things that I want to talk about too. I don't want to like beat this to death, but I know, Chris, this is something that you're going to be interested in too. Did you watch any of the last Vegas Fight Night?
No, I didn't watch that the day of. I watched some clips afterwards.
Okay, that's good enough, dude. So, specifically talking about, like, this is something that I talked about last week that I think is interesting. I talked about how, like, nobody has knockout power anymore. Did you watch, like, the Rob Font Cheeto fight?
Yeah.
Cheeto.
Dude, it was literally, like, it was reminiscent of Sean O'Malley's last fight. Like, it was just, like, I think he actually knocked him out twice, but couldn't finish the round out. I feel like right now, we just don't see people knocking people out that much. Like,
yeah.
I don't see any reason you should land that many significant strikes and not actually knock somebody out.
Do you think if they made a knockout incentive or like a knockout bonus, we would see more?
They have
a knockout bonus.
Knockout of the night. They have that.
No, like a bigger like paycheck.
They have that.
I know,
That's
normal. But like an even bigger paycheck.
Dude, I'm telling you right now,
it's like fucking
if they had
$25,000, bro.
If they had a knockout incentive in general,
it's 50.
Okay, let's say they had $1 million knockout incentive. Okay, I still don't believe more knockouts would happen. Okay,
Chris is like, what the fuck?
I'm being in unrealistic territory.
No, but I think you're right.
I don't think
people can do
I don't
it.
think it's not about, because the thing is, I believe people are literally trying for knockouts. Everyone wants to knock their opponent out. That is the biggest thing of the night. If you can knock someone out, that feels great on you. Your goal is to do that. So it doesn't matter about incentivizing them to do it, because they're only out there to do it anyways. Sure, they get an extra paycheck if they do that. But I'm saying if you give them more of an incentive, it's not going to change the fact that they're both going to be evading dodges, trying to make sure they don't get knocked out, while also trying to do the same thing to them.
But I think they're going with the plan.
Well,
I
don't
they
know.
have a plan, but they almost want to knock them out. That's the goal. If you're not looking to knock your opponent out, you're not fighting.
Here's something to back that up. Cheeto Vera, who won the fight, he is a BJJ black belt, which at that level, that's nothing to shake a stick at or whatever. Like, he didn't go for a single takedown attempt in the whole fight. He literally was on the feet, significant strikes to the head the entire time. And I think that's really interesting when you have somebody who could, I don't want to say easily, but who is a master of submissions that doesn't even try for it because they feel that they can get the job done on the feet. And a lot of it was a phone box fight. They were right on each other, but
just... Yeah, I mean, just because you're a black belt doesn't mean you're going to use it. You can get it. It doesn't mean you want to use it. I mean, fucking Gaethje's a wrestler. He hates wrestling.
Yeah.
He was one wrestler in college. He hates wrestling now, though. So he rarely likes to use it at all.
Right.
So just because you've got it doesn't mean you're going to use it. I mean, look, he didn't use it against fucking Sean O'Malley.
That's true.
So it's like, he doesn't like it. But to get back to Nathan's point, there's such an emphasis on not getting knocked out yourself. So there's a huge incentive. I think if you do give an incentive of $1 million, maybe we'll see more reckless abandonment, and that's where you're really gonna get the knockout, right? You need the guy completely like dazed and confused. Most really good people at this high level, they're not terrible. You get a knockout because the guy's bad, or the guy made so many mistakes, or the other guy's just so much better than him. Yes, there's a few like what's it called? Like lucky knockouts.
Yeah.
But most of them, it's because the guy was completely out of position. He was dazed, and he got caught.
Yeah, most of the time it's because they made a mistake.
Or if they get like that perfect
Yeah.
shot on the jaw where it just fucking separates from your face,
Yeah.
and
Right.
it lights out at that point.
But
So there's such an emphasis on defense. You don't want to be knocked out. First, you get a huge suspension. The state commission suspends you, so you can't fight for a long time, which is pretty much one of their only money sources. You lose a ton of fans because you want to talk about bandwagon fans. These people are bandwagon fans. They
Crazy.
completely drop you after you lose something. Everybody's spamming memes. Everybody, oh, you suck for forever. So there's a huge emphasis on not losing that way,
Yeah.
and there's a huge emphasis on not losing that way in general.
Yeah, no, 100%. And the point that I was trying to make though with Cheeto specifically is like when you're again, I know you didn't watch the fight like through its entirety, but like the first round, Font was, I thought Font was going to take it in the first round because he was just absolutely laying it on him. And then Vera was just going round after round after round after round of landing all these significant strikes and not having any success and like knocking him down and taking him on the ground. But the round would end like when you know you have the chops to submit somebody and you've got somebody who's taken all this damage for 15 minutes, at what point do you go to that? Like, why would you not use that? Like, you know you have that and you have a ton of energy left and you're not finding it. Like, you're doing everything you can to knock this guy out and it's not working. At what point do you just say, fuck it, I'm going to shoot and I'm going to take him, I'm going to take his back and it's going to be over in 10 seconds. Like, at what point do you not even try to utilize that? But we didn't see that at all.
Not sure what's going on with his camp, and to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about Font. I had a friend who was talking about him, but I was like, I didn't even follow it very much. But I don't know how Font behaves on the ground. Like, sometimes there's crazy things that can happen that you can reverse the fight on the ground when you would normally be winning. Like, you jump in there, oh, you get caught with something, oh, you get caught with a submission. That's what Hamzat said when he was going against Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns tries to throw up an armbar, tries to, breaks the guy's arm, and Hamzat's like, yeah, I want none of this. Let's keep the fight on the feet.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. And
First round.
that kind of scenario actually happened in one of the prelim fights. It was a guy who was like way experienced in BJJ. It was like that was like his thing, was getting submissions, and he took the other guy down early in the first round and got put in, like, I don't remember if it was a leg bar or a toe hold or what, but just like boom, just like that, and he immediately tapped because he knew. Like, I guess that is a good point. Like, you never know, crazy shit happens, but crazy shit happens on your feet too. I mean, Font could have gotten some lucky strike in while Vera's just laying it on him, and like, you never know. I just don't think people can knock each other out anymore. It's fucking crazy.
I think that's what we should see.
We'll see coming up. We got Ferguson versus Chandler.
Yeah.
If both
we'll
of
see.
them are conscious at the end, I would be surprised.
Yeah.
Somebody's knocked out. Somebody's getting injured.
That, like, people say that, like, oh, this fight was a war. Like, that is going to be a fucking war.
Dude, Chandler versus Gaethje was a war.
It was.
Gaethje versus Ferguson was a war. This is gonna be a massive war too.
It's going to be crazy. The whole card's going to be crazy. I'm excited for it.
It's gonna be cool. Speaking of power, like I said, dude, the Glock 43,
Okay.
5th gen.
Great transition.
Let me tell you, like,
Speaking of knockout power.
this shit's got some power behind it.
Okay.
Let me tell you. So it was louder than Jesse's 4th gen. I'm not 4th gen. I mean 40 cal. So it was louder than Jesse's 40 cal, And I remember, so I've shot like my dad's. It was a Ruger 9mm. My Glock 43 5th gen had less recoil, a smaller size. That was a full size 9mm. It was way fucking smaller, and it had less recoil than a full size 9mm. That that was like a Ruger. I mean, obviously Glock's like the way to go.
Yeah.
But dude, it was incredible to fucking shoot. Because, like, I was like...
That was your first time shooting it?
Yeah, dude, I've been so fucking busy.
Oh, that's true.
Dude, dude, when you shoot this thing, there's literally no recoil. It's got... Well, I mean, I have a 10-round mag on it, because it's like a concealed gun, but it's like, dude, like, it's so fucking sweet.
Is yours a single stack?
My mags?
Yeah.
I know it's a 10-round mag.
Oh, no, it's a shorter grip, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like...
I couldn't remember if you had the 43 or the 42.
Yeah, it's the concealed gun or whatever. But, dude, this thing's... It's fucking sweet. Like, I've never shot anything like this. Like, revolvers, fucking... Like, there's no other gun I've shot like this that feels this good.
That's good, dude, because that's the one you picked to carry.
Exactly.
So that's good. And it's good that you finally were able to go out and shoot it too. I think
Dude,
that's obviously
for real,
massively important.
It was a blast.
That's good.
Literally.
Well, don't have too much fun with it.
Yeah, I'll try not to.
It's a purpose-built tool, but
Yeah.
Taking it out for a spin.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
On the
great.
streets.
I have
At
that.
work.
I have that on my list actually.
Yeah.
I got to get out with you sometime, but we're it's. I mean, it is a thing. Like, it's money and it's time. It's a big thing.
Way cheaper to get time on the lanes too.
And, yeah.
Fucking rent and everything.
Yeah, when you're not renting, and ammo's starting to become a lot more available again, which is really good too. So, well, speaking of that, another shitty transition. So we're like speaking of things that cost time and take time and cost money.
Fucking pumping gas.
Not that. Not that. I don't want to think about that right now.
Me too. I have to drive across the state.
My would you mind plugging in my laptop? I plugged in the charger, but I just fucking left it on the floor.
It's gonna die.
It is. So we were talking about tattoos a little bit earlier, and
Oh, hold on.
it's somewhere over there.
Where's the insert at?
Any of
On
them.
the side.
Any of them.
Is it a Type C?
They're all
Yeah,
the
it's
same.
Type-C.
Yeah. They're all the same.
All chargeable.
This
It's
is
like
what,
it's like your butthole. You can just pick any version. You just pick any spot and then go in.
anything will just
You
it's exactly
you
the
go at it
same.
from any angle.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
You can find an entry point.
Yeah, you know that's
Fuck
a,
it until you feel like.
that's a really good comparison. That's a great comparison.
You know,
So-
Every hole's a goal, baby.
Eh.
you know what worries me? I used to have this fucking.
Oh, please, after that, please tell me what worries you. After half our audience just left.
I had an English teacher that like.
Oh my God! How is this possibly related?
English teacher?
I don't know.
He
just
put
possibly-
what? He put what?
PTSD. He put me in the front row, and I remember he was huge. He was like clearing 350 pounds easy. And I remember he would wear these super tight khakis, and he would sit in the chair, and his nuts would just be in your face. I forgot how we got around to this, but I'm terrified wearing these shorts that my nuts are gonna slip through. Drew's gonna have to blur them out.
I'm gonna put like a panda head or something right there. I'm probably gonna do it anyway now, just to make it look like it happened.
Yeah, so we can just put
That's
the
gonna
hat
be the
right
thumbnail.
Here. It just says "living."
We're gonna be pointing at it. Yeah, that's a thumbnail.
I'm not sure how I got to that point, but just
Yeah, I don't know what
something
the fuck. Your transition was
I
chaotic.
was talking about your butthole.
Yeah, you were. That reminds me of this English teacher I used to have. I don't
nothing to
think
do with
we can
buttholes.
talk about
It had
this.
nothing to do with
Yeah.
buttholes. It had to do with balls.
It's true.
Yeah, it's just terrifying.
Very odd.
Terrifying things.
Yeah. So,
Drew's butthole's tight.
okay.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we're at. I think we're at the 40-minute mark.
We're closing in.
I'm cool with an hour. I'm cool with.
I think 45 to 60 is like that like
I
magic
think it's.
number.
I think it's
The first
peak
one we had
for
a
sure.
lot to talk about.
The first one was an hour and a half, which I think
Yeah.
was good.
But that's because we had. That's basically just us catching up on a lot of
Well,
stuff.
we had to break
first
the
off,
ice.
I'm gonna talk about something that I was actually gonna fucking talk about.
Yeah,
I want to talk about
Relate.
something too.
Okay, go for it. You just fucking go for it.
Well,
I had a good
first off,
transition, but
These assholes didn't watch Halo like I told them to watch last week.
okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
I have to talk about that now.
So anybody
Did
who
you
was
just
gonna
call us
watch it,
Holes or assholes?
Oh my god.
yeah, this is also related to holes.
Continuing with the asshole transition.
Yeah. Where, you can't spoil anything though because I do have the intention of watching
We
it.
just need to get the
Watch it tonight.
Oh,
We just
yeah.
need a hashtag incel to pull all the Halo theories.
Okay.
Oh my
Here's my thing about Halo. Okay. I have one question since you guys have not seen Halo yet. How much have you heard about Halo?
I played like Reach for like 20 minutes when it came out back in
I'm
the day.
not. I'm talking about the show. We're not talking about the game,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, actually, now that you ask, I've been playing Halo games since I was 8 years old.
Okay. Well, the question is, how much do you know of the show? We're not gonna talk about that. 'cause-
Well, I saw a thing on Twitter that said like somebody said Master Chief removing one piece of clothing every episode is not what I expected, and I'm like, what the
Okay.
is that
Okay.
supposed to mean?
I mean, that means what it means because I know that happens later, and yeah, but
I haven't watched that far
Okay.
yet.
well, I will say, as a fan of the series, I've been a fan for a long time. I grew up playing it with my cousins and stuff. When I started watching it, I had I had low expectations for the show. Let's be real. The moment that I realized everyone hated it, I'm like, I have low expectations for this show. And guess what?
It's a massive swing vote.
This show did not disappoint in the sense of my expectations were low, and it still is not a good show.
I'm gonna do this so I can see if it's still working. Okay,
So, I would say episode 1 from when I've started into episode 2, and I like the beginning of episode 1 it's interesting. They have good ideas. And then we are introduced to Master Chief and the Spartans and Silver Team. And they go in a direction that I thought, could be interesting, could lead to the Master Chief we know further in the series.
So it's a different story though, right? It's the same world and same
Okay,
characters, but it's a
do you
different
know
story.
what Silver Team means?
I assume it's like the Spartan squad.
Yeah, it's a Spartan squad, Silver Team. That's led by Master Chief. The events of this show happened before the events of Halo Reach. In
Okay.
fact, a little bit of a spoiler.
What?
A
Wait,
little
what?
spoiler. A little spoiler, but the command base of the UNSC is on it's on Reach.
Okay, that's not really a spoiler.
But yeah, so Reach is the area where things take place.
They should have just fucking made a Halo Reach show. That would have been so badass. Do you guys remember that trailer?
Did you play Halo Reach?
I played Halo Reach.
I bet Ethan, did you play Halo Reach?
It's all 20 minutes.
Oh my god, did
Yeah,
you?
but like the
but-
campaign is so good. Like, what are you gonna do off of it? Are you like, there's no chance for a sequel?
No, I do, but you like. There's so much shit that like you could make it. Do you guys remember the trailer for Reach that was live action? They filmed it all with props and shit, where Kat's carrying the bomb and then she dies and then you take it and then you fly into the thing. Like that was fucking super cool. And if they made a show like that, I would love that.
You know what's funny? I think the people who made the trailers for the Halo games, like specifically the live action ones, they should be the ones making the show.
Do you remember that ODST trailer?
Yes, the ODST
Oh
trailer
my
was
god,
so
it was
good.
so fucking
It was
good.
so good. It was so cool.
They
At
should,
first,
you're right. They should have made the show. What the
I'm
hell?
like the ODST.
Don't
I
they
think the
made a
ODST
Halo
trailer is the
movie?
best Halo
I
trailer
didn't
they've ever
even-
made. Because like one at first you're like what are we watching? Then you start seeing the logos and stuff and like no way. And then also you're like we're playing as ODSTs. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh! And then you find out it's an expansion for Halo 3.
Interesting.
Well, that's true.
But it was still good. I think ODST is better than Halo 5 for basically being an expansion. I think it's better than Halo
I
5.
played Halo 5, yeah.
I have Halo 5. I also have. I have played Infinite. I like Infinite. I've not beaten it.
I played. Well, we're definitely gonna talk about it. I played Halo 4. I remember I had the Halo 4 Xbox. The Xbox 360. It was all see-through and it had all the shit on it. It was super dope. But the annoying ass part was when you turned it on, it made this like massively loud fucking like Halo sound, and so I could never get away with like playing at night because I would hit it and it would be so fucking loud. I would like, it was like, dude, yeah, it was like
Every time the disc tray opens, it's
no,
Halo
literally,
theme.
it did. It did. Like it had a disc tray sound too, and like we didn't have digital games back then.
The
so
Halo
it was like,
theme is very epic though.
It is.
It's like
I think
but
it's
it
the best
wasn't the Halo theme that played. It was just like some big fucking like noise. And so I was legit like, I got to a point where I would like start coughing. I would like have a massive coughing fit. And I would like hit it, and it didn't fucking.
Yeah, it's
work.
like when you like accidentally
Boom,
look up
boom,
porn,
boom, just
and it's
smack
like,
it.
oh wait, my sound is all the way up.
Also,
Oh, no.
Also, has anybody? Not that this is relevant for me, but has anybody noticed that like the Pornhub intro sound is super quiet now?
Wait, hold up. You said this isn't relevant for me, but yeah, you're the one bringing it
Not
up.
that I would know
You're
personally,
bringing it up.
but like, has
You're
anybody
bringing it
else-
up.
But like, has anybody else other than me?
So it's relevant to you.
But like, has anybody noticed that?
Gab,
Like, it doesn't. It's not loud anymore. It's super quiet.
It's okay. Gabs isn't gonna watch this anyways.
They did it for the homies. They did it for the homies.
I didn't know.
It's mad quiet now. It's
Dude.
like it's like 70% quieter than the video.
I'm like a 360p filmed in a 4K.
Jesus
Let's
Christ.
be real.
You're on the dark web, bro.
Let's
Jesus. You don't even go online. You buy it from a guy behind the fucking
No,
GameStop.
I go to the spot where it's like 18 plus.
Yeah, you're
like,
still on
rent-
VHS tapes.
Yeah, you go to the spot
And
where you can like
magazines.
rent it. Dude, when we
You
went to
can
the-
rent it?
Dude,
No fucking way.
Dude, when you go to the sex store, they have like the DVDs and shit. It is fucking wild. I'm
Dude,
like,
when was the
this
last
is-
time you went to the sex store?
Don't worry about that.
Dude,
Dude,
Ethan's,
that
Ethan's
makes
there.
me think
See,
of, like,
here's the thing.
Cara
Ethan's
from-
the one not
from
paying
fucking
attention to
Sons of
the
Anarchy.
intro sound because Ethan's the one making the videos.
That's true. He's graduated.
He's the
from,
one who's
He's
the one
graduated from
making it.
viewer to producer.
Dude, he's the one
Yeah.
making sure the sound is quieter.
No, I just thought it was funny. It's like such a cultural thing.
You
Like it was a thing like on Vine, and then when Vine died, it was a thing on TikTok where like they'd play it and they'd be like, see if your it was like see if your partner recognizes the sound. Like it was a whole thing. Remember?
Or see if your parents recognize the
yeah,
sound.
and so they like it was like funny, but like now they literally made it super quiet so that doesn't happen.
Could you imagine if Pornhub.com was a publicly traded company? Like, you already know what you're in for.
Jesus,
You
Christ.
already know what you're in for.
Chris, what's your thoughts on Pornhub being a publicly traded
Dude,
company?
This is actually a really interesting topic.
Yeah.
It can be. First, they've got all these like old legacy rules about like
Oh, it did the
what companies can be on exchanges.
Huh?
Oh.
You're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, they've got all these rules about like what kind of companies can be on what exchanges. That's why there's no Bitcoin company yet, really. So there's like kind of like if you own Bitcoin, you as a holding or as a miner, then you can be publicly listed, but like not on New York Stock Exchange, not on Nasdaq. You can't be marijuana. You can't be porn. And there's a few other ones. Obviously, you can't be child trafficking.
Yeah.
All right, Chris.
What the fuck?
Illegal
What about
entities.
Wayfair, dude?
Chris, some speculative thinking though. How about this,
I
Chris?
don't think they're public.
I'm
though.
curious, Chris.
I don't know.
If
Wayfarers, yeah.
Chris,
Oh, dude.
if
What the
Pornhub,
fuck?
Chris, if Pornhub was listed on Nasdaq, let's say that, what do you think the valuation would be?
Oh,
And what do you
dude.
think? What do you think
That's
the
a
stock
really-
price would be?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What is the usage of the internet in porn?
What?
It's like
Let's just.
2/3.
No, it's like 90%.
It's, yeah.
I have the stat
So-
on Forbes that was it's on my IG like music like playback. It's like it was
What
most
the
American.
fuck are you talking
It was
about?
most Americans during COVID were playing video games, watching porn, or smoking weed. It was like
I mean,
one of
we were
the-
doing all three, babe.
I mean, we were
at the same time.
I mean, we were, but that's what the majority of people were doing when everybody was off in like the first like 2 months.
it's funny that they get like they take. So they go out. What they do is they fucking go to California. They get this group of absolute degenerates, and they fucking do these polls, and then they announce it like it covers everybody. Which I mean, honestly, that is pretty
It does.
accurate.
Let's be real. The degenerates of California basically encompasses the
That
degenerates of the
is
whole
fair.
nation.
That is fair. There's just a larger
Yeah.
percentage of
See-
them there.
See,
That's what they have. They have this.
you get the hood people, you get the white people, they have
You got
plenty of
Oakland,
Compton.
you got
Yeah.
Compton, but then you got like L.A. and
And
Beverly
That's a
Hills.
cesspool.
and then there's the hillbillies that live in the mountains there in California. They're still around.
Yeah,
There's
there's
some
the
that-
cults.
The beach bums. They still got beach bums. They
And
got the
but then you
cults.
got like Beverly Hills and like
You have the
And-
homeless.
and
all
like
that shit.
and like inner city like people that came from New York.
Oh,
like,
it's
they
all
wish
for
it was
you.
more
Yeah,
You've
like-
I think
been
you
during
basically hit
lockdown.
every
San
demographic
Diego.
just in LA alone.
Pretty much.
Literally, when I was in LA, like you experienced everyone. You saw every type
Yeah.
of person there, and that's basically just one microclimate in general. Like it's literally just a strange
yeah,
distribution.
it's like you see a LaFerrari drive by, and then when it passes, there's a homeless man dying right behind it, and you're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then there's like you'll see like let's say a Lamborghini pull up, and next thing you know you'll see like the worst, most beat up truck ever. Like it's like barely rolling along. Like it's such a distribution of wealth there in general. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
You know, a lot of people think like, oh, I want to go to California. That's like one of my good dream vacation
It's a
spots. and
it's a
everything.
vacation spot for sure.
It is. It would definitely be cool for like a week-long trip, or maybe like a 3-day long trip. And like, but if you ask a lot of people who go to California for a trip, they're like, I'd probably not go back.
I would. Are you kidding me? I had a great time. I saw a lot of things there.
You
and
saw
honestly,
some shit, but you are the type of person who can see some shit and like internalize it and process it and then like move on. A lot of people would see that shit and be like, "Oh my god,
I'm
what
never
the
coming
fuck
back."
is yeah." So
But,
that's
like,
the
I
thing.
can see it.
why am I spending this much money to be here to walk on human feces on the fucking sidewalk?
hey, we're not going to India.
That was actually a pretty fucking expensive trip.
Yeah, you should
That's
talk about
crazy.
India real quick, just to give some context.
Yeah, I mean, so we went to India. We went to visit my brother. He was living there for a couple of years, and right in downtown Mumbai, right at the literally right at if you look at Mumbai, where all the roads and trains go and converge is right in the fucking middle. That's literally the block that he lived on. So it was just like the word cesspool is that just absolutely fucking outrageous. Like we're like literally someone will just stop and take a shit, just like right in front of you, and it's like, what the fuck? But at the same time, there's these, they call them forts, but they're actually just houses that are like, they probably in the United States would probably cost like $2 billion or more, and the property that they're on would be way fucking more than that. Like there are people who literally own essentially a whole country there, and they live right next to people who literally like shit on the street and eat garbage. And it's like so fucking crazy.
Yeah, the cultural shift is weird.
Yeah. Well, they were telling us, like, my brother was telling us when we were down there, like, 12 people every day die at the train station. Just the fucking station that he lived by. Just that one station, 12 people die every day from the trains. Like, what in the fuck is that? That is so crazy. And it's just different from the United States.
Plus,
in every single aspect.
The population density there is so compact, it's insane. There's so many people living in such small spaces
Yeah.
that like it just the quality of living there is really low. And the sad thing about like LA, so going back to LA, you have like the richest of the rich out in LA living in their mansions and stuff, and literally just down the road, you're gonna see a ton of homeless people at a gas station just begging and tweaking and stuff. Begging for money, tweaking off of drugs. Like, I would say one thing that I experienced in LA, which is weird, was there was one moment where we were walking around the corner. We were going past. We were just walking in Hollywood. We just saw we checked out the stars and stuff. I sent Ethan a picture of Stan Lee's
That's cool.
star, which is nice. We were trying to find RDJs and stuff, but we couldn't do it. But that's because we didn't want to walk back and forth because there were some spots where there were some homeless people, which is unfortunate, but there were some homeless people that were like borderline attacking people. They're coming out screaming at them and chasing them and like trying to like shake them and stuff.
Jesus
And at one
Christ.
point we walked around a corner past a gas station, and there was a tweaker just sitting on the corner next to the gas station. Came out and we had this one guy. He was with us. He was dating my friend, and It was weird because like he came out and basically tried to attack him, like screaming and stuff, going crazy. He took care of him pretty quick because he's used to it. They've been in Cali for a while. Took care of the situation. I was just like, what is going on? It's like, hey, we're turning around, we're going back, because he literally pushed him down, and the guy was struggling to get up. At that point, we turned around, left, went the other way, went around the corner and left. It's like if we go back that way again, we will get attacked again, and it'll be worse because he won't go after me. He's like, it's crazy because there's some crazy people out there that the circumstances that they're in right now is really unfortunate. And
And all this time, I knew about your trip. I never made you beat up a homeless guy.
I didn't beat him up. Someone else did it for me.
Maybe.
Nathan was like, if
Hey, I wasn't
stressed-
liable for that, but basically, yeah.
Nathan's like, I don't want to ruin my chest hands beating this man up.
No, I'll let someone else do it for me.
And then worth it.
No, but it was wild because like there were a couple instances like that, and then I was staying at the house, and around there were tweakers all over the place. Like I was told, don't go to the playground, don't even walk by the playground at night because that's where they come. They collect over there.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
The mob.
I mean, it's just cultural differences.
It's weird.
Cultural differences is actually a perfect transition for the next thing I want to talk about, which is probably going to be the last thing we talk about before we do our hot takes and predictions.
Hot takes.
I think I talked about this last time, but I thought I was going to. I'm thinking about it right now because I'm literally like looking right at fucking Ethan's tattoo, which is coming in really nicely, by the way. In terms of everything, but like thinking about like tattoos in a workplace was like when we were growing up was such like a passe thing, like a taboo, yeah. And people are told it's like, ooh, you don't get them because you're not gonna be able to get a job, which is just such a fucking stupid thing to even say. But like now, it's just so normal, especially in our generation. Like everybody has that shit, and like I know that our place that we work, which I won't say the name of, is a little bit different, but
I think people are getting more accustomed to it.
But like we interact with people in the community in a situation that could potentially be uncomfortable under the wrong circumstances. Yeah. And like we have people who have tattoos all over their arms and all over their hands, and like people just don't give a fuck. Like nobody cares.
I think we're getting to that point now.
I think we are too.
Yeah.
It's a culture shift.
I think we are too.
It's really what it is.
I have a hot take.
All right, go for your hot take.
Goes right back to Nathan's California IA thingy.
Oh no.
We get a bunch of iPhone 6s. And
this is not a hot take.
No, iPhone 5s.
This is one of my crazy thoughts that I just so think about it like this. You know how at like KFC they have like KFC TVs where they only have the menu on it. We get these iPhone 6s and they only have Pokemon Go, and there's nothing else that can be downloaded on it. The only thing that you can have on these iPhone 6 is Pokemon Go. And you give all these iPhone 6s out to the homeless people. Instead of crack, they're playing Pokemon Go. So when they start taking over the parks and shit, they're just chasing down Pokemon instead of chasing
How are they going to charge their phones?
This is the most disconnected. This is the most disconnected fucking thing I have ever heard of.
Wait, hold on.
They have free Tesla chargers.
You
They
know
can
what?
have free iPhone 6 chargers.
You know,
where all the
That's not
homeless
the same
people
thing.
can go out and charge their
Okay,
phones.
so what you're saying is, instead of getting them addicted to crack and cocaine and stuff like they probably
Pokemon
already
Go.
are already.
No, they already
You're
are.
gonna get them addicted to Pokemon Go.
And that's how we beat China.
Okay. I don't understand your thought process on this one.
How?
Have you?
I don't think I can even. I'm not even gonna ask a question to try to rationalize.
Let's go back to tattoos.
You just
that was
don't-
just a side
You
tangent.
just
Totally.
don't question the. You just don't question the process. You just
Dude,
let it
I
go.
don't understand the process. It
You never
doesn't
know.
make sense.
See, and they can't sell the phones for anything because the only thing that
That's
has
not
on
a
it is
hot
fucking
take.
Pokemon Go.
That's not a hot take.
So-
That's a social
If you
experiment.
did that, I guarantee in the first 10 minutes they would sell it and buy crack.
Dude,
Yeah.
dude,
Guarantee.
with the
That's
amount
a
of
social
tax-
experiment.
with the amount of taxes that the fucking government took out of my last check, that could have been at least 10 iPhone 6s for those motherfuckers down there. That's
Dude,
for sure.
iPhone 6s are worth pennies at this point.
Yeah.
Dude.
You probably could have bought 100 of them.
Hold on, I'm
bitches.
gonna
You
look it
probably
up real
could have.
Dude,
How
they're
much
taking thousands out of my
How much-
checks, bro.
Dude, think of all those Pokemon that could have been caught.
Charizard, man. Oh, the Charizard.
Think about the Pokemon, man.
The digital Pokemon.
Well, so I'm gonna
Tattoos.
let's start to wrap this up.
Yes.
I'm gonna look up how much iPhone 6s are real quick. Just
So-
for
so-
research purposes.
Hot
much
take
racket
slash
tap?
hot take yeah. Hot take slash prediction. Chris, why don't you go first, man? It can be anything. It just has to pan out within a week.
Yeah, $166. You think you're good for that?
Not bad.
Chris, what you got, bro?
Prediction for next week?
Yeah.
Fuck. So last week I said Black Rifle Coffee Company would be down. I think I said it'd be under $10.
Down to
but
10 is what you said.
I don't remember if I said by this week, but it's like at 13 something right now.
Jesus.
So dropped a little bit.
So you're right.
I don't think you said within the week. I think you said within the month.
You did say within the month,
Oh,
so we'll count it. Make a new take.
That's fair.
What's your new take?
I think I don't know if it's going to be within the next week for this one, but next week, Rivian, the lockup period for Amazon, Ford, a few other holders, because they own shares in Rivian, the lockup period ends so they can start selling it. And I don't think they're going to hold on to that hot garbage because I think it's valued at like $27 billion.
Jesus Christ.
That company's $27 billion. So I think they're going to start selling it. I think the price probably goes down maybe to 25 next week. Yeah.
You know, I like that.
All right.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think, yeah. Who wants to hit it next?
All right, Chris. My hot take was about you and your exams. So,
Yeah.
how'd you do? Did you pass them all?
I think you said, did you say all of mine?
No, I said you would fail one.
You failed one. No, I didn't fail any.
Okay, so I failed. Okay, that's fine.
I didn't fail any exams.
I said Chris will pass all of his
It's
exams.
an L, but it's also a W, you know?
Wait, what did you do? Wait, hold on. L? What was the L?
No, the L was the fact that like
The L was that
I
your
got
prediction
like a
was
C
wrong.
plus on a final.
But he passed all of his classes, so I guess it's fine.
Hey man,
So
passing
we're on
is
my grade now.
All right.
passing is passing.
Let's see. I want to
Drew,
do
what you
one
got?
quick thing of research real quick before I make my prediction.
A hot take. My hot take. Well, I don't want to make a prediction that's gonna pan out within the week.
Oh, I want.
My hot take though. My hot take last week was that everybody's picking to pick hockey, but my hot take right now is that based on the NFL draft, Green Bay's gonna have the best defense in the league, and they're gonna go to the Super Bowl this year, and Aaron Rodgers is gonna fulfill his 4-year contract.
That would be kind of sort of say.
I think they're gonna take the W. I don't think there was any reason they shouldn't have won the Super Bowl last year. I think it was a bunch of bullshit that happened, and I think Aaron Rodgers was kind of checked out, and I think a couple other people like Devontae Adams were kind of checked out, and I think they kind of just lost their steam. But I think this year they're gonna fucking take over, and I think that's gonna be it.
Here's my hot take. I think the USFL is better than the NFL.
Jesus.
I've watched the single USFL
It's
game.
definitely more memeable. That's for
That's
sure.
what I'm
It's so
saying.
insanely
I saw the
wrong.
teabag.
I said the USFL is better than the NFL for content.
It definitely has a little bit more of a wow factor.
Dude, the players are literally smoking cigarettes at practice.
At practice, yeah.
Literally, they're
That's
smoking
true.
cigarettes at practice.
While
While doing drills, like,
Yeah.
dude, it's like if Alabama had a football league. That's literally what it is.
Where is it located? It's located in one like stadium. They all play in the same
I
stadium.
could believe it was in Alabama.
I don't know where the fuck it is.
I don't know. It's crazy.
It might be in
It's like-
Alabama.
It's like literally the craziest. It's like if the NFL was on crack. That's kind of like they're all a bunch of crackheads and just degenerates. That's basically what the USFL is.
Wow.
And I like it. It's very entertaining.
Yeah, it's the Johnny Football League.
It sucks so bad.
I agree.
Yeah. So
They just had their first win.
what do you got?
Dude,
I
it's
think
actually played in Alabama.
No
It's actually
fucking way.
yeah,
Oh
Alabama.
my lord.
Was that
almighty,
right?
bro?
Yeah.
Was I actually right?
Sweet. Oh.
Yeah.
I was
The
guessing. That's
USFL
hilarious.
plays the
I was
entire
guessing.
season
I
in
didn't know
Birmingham,
that.
Alabama.
What the fuck?
I think Doctor Strange is gonna make a shitload of money, but not as much as Spider-Man.
Yeah, I believe that. I can believe that. I don't think that's. Yeah,
I like that.
that's
I
a
like
realistic take.
that. I like that.
I guess we'll find out. Well, the thing is, you can't figure that out until like.
Opening weekend. Let's say an opening weekend bet.
Oh, okay,
an
opening
opening
weekend
weekend.
bet. Okay,
Opening weekend bet. Yeah.
Okay.
that's your bet.
Are we calling it?
Well,
Better than Eternal.
I don't think somebody's gonna see it fucking 300 times in a row. So I think
Yeah.
Unless, of course, someone goes to break that record.
it's such a
And it's a
crazy-
2-hour movie, so it's 30 minutes. less
It's
than-
easier. It's easier to break that
Yeah.
record.
Wouldn't it be easier just to find like a really short movie and see that like a shitload of times? You see Sonic.
Yeah, but it's not as impressive.
Did you watch Sonic?
No, I haven't seen either of them.
I liked Sonic 1. I watched that on. Oh wait, I legally watched it. Actually, no, it was legal.
Yeah, we don't
I-
do anything illegal.
No,
No, ever.
I thought I streamed that, but I realized no. I actually did watch that on
It's on one of the streams.
It was on one of the. It was either I rented it with my roommates.
You know?
No, my roommate owns it. That's how we watched it. I'm so used to streaming. He actually owns the movie. We watched it together.
You know what I'm gonna watch tonight? Surf's Up.
You want to watch Surf's Up?
It has a
Jesus
fire
Christ.
soundtrack, and I think Shia LaBeouf is amazing. And I'm gonna watch that in Paddington too because it was in Nicolas Cage.
Paddington 2?
Yeah, it was in the Nicolas Cage
I haven't
movie
seen
where
that yet, so.
but him
I
and
haven't
Pedro,
seen either.
him and Pedro Pascal was like, "What's your favorite movie of all time?" And like Pedro Pascal's like third movie favorite of all time. He's like Paddington 2. And
Have
then,
you seen it?
No, I haven't. But
Have you seen Paddington 1?
No, I haven't. But I want to watch Paddington 2 now because Nicolas Cage said so. So
All right,
Dude, but
well,
what about Paddington 1?
fuck that movie.
no, I'm gonna watch.
Did you watch
the
it?
No. That's a good spot to end on.
Yeah, perfect. Paddington 2.
Hey,
So,
everyone, watch the new Nicolas Cage movie. There you go.
Advice for this week. Last week it was mow some lawns and get your nuts checked out. This week I think it's
All hell, Nicolas Cage.
don't buy Rivian and watch Paddington 2. That's pretty much it. We'll fucking see you guys next time.